What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Danny, aka Puerto Rican Face Mendoza, in the building. I was doing a real quick video in regards to my thoughts on this format, and kind of wanted to just go over it real quick, what this format has meant to me. Now, I know I'm on the pro side of Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as my mindset. I know that I am all for winning, and that's what you're gonna get from me when you watch my videos. I'm gonna try to display why winning is important and why that's the way I play. You know, I try to take first or at every tournament I play at, no matter what. That's my goal, is to be first place. I feel like this format gave me that. In formats of the past, I'm a great player who gets OTK'd, and it would be by the worst players. It was random. It was so random, and I hated it because my team is so much better than I feel like my teammates are so much better than a lot of people that we play against, and it's not like a personal diss, but I feel like we work really hard. You know, we study formats, we look stuff up, and we understand decks, and we don't switch out decks periodically like others do. So, you know, those are all good formulas of winning. But this format, I learned something. You know, I played Dragons in the beginning, and there was times where it gave me some broke plays, super broken, you know, triple redo, but then it wouldn't give me anything at all. And I think I didn't set it up correctly, in those tournaments that I played, because I was struggling with the deck. I wasn't winning, and I got frustrated with it, and I went to a box tournament, and I lost in the top 8 to my teammate, Mike Jeezy, and what ended up happening was I traded off the deck right there. I had somebody, one of my friends from Yakima, he didn't want to play Spellbooks and I didn't want to play Dragons, so we switched decks and we worked out a deal. What I ended up doing was I took the Spellbook deck and there's a such thing that my boss talks about, which is false confidence. Now, false confidence, from the perspective that where we came up with that for me, was that if you fake it, you fake it till you make it, then you know it's better to have false confidence to have no confidence. So I started winning. I was winning with the deck, and I was like, oh yeah, Danny's back on top, baby, you know. And I was just doing my thing, so I wasn't really worried about it, you know. But then there was that complex in me, you know. Somebody was willing to sell me the Dragon deck, so I brought it, and I got mad love for you. I'm still making payments on it. I got you. All of it's coming. You know, much love. Looked out for me and shit. But I realized that, you know, I'm a person who's about self accomplishments. I believe in accomplishing something to give yourself some self gratitude. And what I did was I decided that I was gonna get the Dragon deck, so and conquer it. And I played the Dragons. And I started just playing my teammate, and I'm watching, and I sat next to him, and I watched him in matches, and I just saw all this incredible shit he was doing. And then I started watching YouTube videos, and I started reading articles, and then I just started going ham. I started winning a whole bunch with the deck. And this format was for the skilled player. Now, I know we're probably not going to get that format for a long time ever again, but it was 6 months of just skill. Even up until this point, just skill. Right now, until August 31st, skill. Anybody who decided to take a break, who knows how to play the game, is crazy. Missed out on a whole bunch of wins, because my teammate Mike has made it his all right now to just go to a lot of tournaments, and he did. And holy shit, he's just like my teammate Mike he went to a sneak peek. I'll give you a quick example. On Saturday he split for first. Sunday he split for first. Monday he went to and took first place. And then Tuesday he just went to a regular tournament and split for first. And he's been doing that week in week out, week in. You know, we get about 5 tournaments in our area. So, you know, you're able to go to a lot more. But it showed me that this format was just all about skill. If you were better than your opponent, in the sense that you tighten up your plays, you do everything you can to make less mistakes. You know, you just like, well, I guess it's the same meaning, but you know what I mean. You do everything you can. I gotta break it down in different forms. You do everything you can to focus on the game, then and you side deck correctly, because side decking is important. You will always beat your opponent if you know how to do that. You, no matter, like, on the odds of winning is just higher for you. In OTK formats, because you guys don't understand, the haters don't understand, because I guess 4 tournaments, or if they're lucky, they win 4 tournaments out of 6 months was okay for them. But when you're going to 4 tournaments every week, you multiply that by whatever amount, right? For, like, say you play, you know, the entire year. You break that down. If you win 4 tournaments all in 6 months of playing time, and you're okay, you think that you know somehow in your psyche, I took 4 tournaments this year, this format. That's terrible. You know, like that OTK random shit don't mean nothing. But if you're skilled and you work hard and you figure out how to outplay your opponent and you side correctly, that shit, now that's a format. This format meant the world to me, because I like money formats. Money formats separate the good players from the bad players, and I know that's fucked up, but I guess that's like the economy or whatever. If you're rich, you separate it from the poor. But it's one thing that we can actually control in our lives, is we can make the effort to get the number 1 deck and play it. I've taught, you know, I teach this to my players, my teammates, my family. They're my family. My teammates are my family. These guys are good guys. This is just not a bullshit team that I put together. This team was put together with reasoning, and it's awesome. But you know, they know, man. I'll give you a fine example. One of my teammates, Corey Lehman, I've done a profile of him. He week in, week out was doing bad. And we had this huge conversation, like it was like a war conversation. And I told him, I said, dude, you have to play the number 1 deck. You have to. And I said, because it's important, dude. The number 1 deck is the number 1 deck for a reason. It has outs. It gives you an opportunity to win. It has more than one way to win, and it just does really well. And then the next day, Pat Hoban wrote an article about it, and he read that, and between what I said to him and Pat Hoban said to him, he was like, "You're right. I'm never gonna do that again." And recently, he started playing spell books and stuff like that, and he's just going ham. You know, he's splitting for first. He beat Mike first place. You know, like his last tournament that he went to, and it's just a fine example. You know, like of winning. Don't struggle, guys. You know, like, do everything you can to get the best deck. I tell you one thing, man. I know that it doesn't, you know, it's not, you guys feel like you don't want to spend that much money on Yu-Gi-Oh, but sell those crappy ass cards that you're holding on to. You know, like the collections, the fucking dumb shit, you know, sell it all. And buy the best deck. The best deck is the best deck for a reason. I know I said that shit twice, but if I gotta say it a third time, I would. But I won't. And you guys, you know, just play to win. You know, this format was great. And the Dragon Ruler format makes me want to fucking bury my deck in the backyard and with the wind-up deck that's there, and and you know, and do a little ceremony, you know. Or Mike's wind up deck is back there too, but it just makes me want to bury our decks, you know, and fucking and just be proud of what we accomplished this format. You know, much love. Team Overload in the building, and Mike, man, congratulations to you, man. You've had an excellent format. I feel like I've done good, and I wish I could have played in way more tournaments, because I would have loved to just been fucking grinding it out with you, but you fucking ripped it up this format. So special shout out to Mike Jeezy. You could read his blog. I believe it's Team Overload blog. teamoverload.blogspot.com. If not, you can Google it, and it'll come up. It'll come up if you just put Team Overload blog. Sorry if I didn't get that right, Mike, but you know what I mean. Much love. Peace to everybody. And thanks for watching. DK. I always say DK because that's my Xbox name. It's Puerto Rican Face Mendoza out the motherfucking building. Peace.